The Alberta budget dropped with the hopes that the unconstitutional beer tax would be reversed, but it wasn't. As I've reported previously, the tax was implemented overnight in October of 2015, which saw prices increase for some small breweries up to $1.05 per liter. And it resulted in small businesses having to change the way that they operate, including anything from re-merchandising to reprinting menus and even completely crossing some of these import beers off of their menus. The non-reversal of the tax has Alberta import beer businesses frustrated, and rightly so. And it also has Richard Truscott, who is the vice president of the Alberta and British Columbia branch of the Canadian Federation of Independent Businesses, concerned. The Rebel spoke to him about the protectionist beer tax on budget drop day, and he offered his insight on it here.
We were very concerned to see the government previously introduce some new tax measures that would place really a premium on businesses located in other parts of the country to access the Alberta market. And we, of course, are very concerned about that kind of thing because it could result in retaliation. It could be the beginnings of a trade war within Canada. And I mean, after all, are we not an economic union? Are we not one country? Are we not all beer drinkers in this great country of ours? And so we were maybe hoping for something in this budget that might pull back those measures a little bit, but I don't believe I've seen anything to date anyway in the detail that shows us there's been anything changed on that front. So a little disappointed in that.
But there was one thing that Truscott was optimistic about.
On the specifics, we'll have to look a little more closely to see if there are some new measures on that small business brewery tax, but nothing that's really sprung out at us. So we're glad that's the case, that there's nothing more that the government's doing to damage the interests of Alberta small businesses. The last thing we need is more protectionist barriers going up in this country.
Unless the Alberta NDP decide to reverse the tax before July, a decision will be made in court, and it will be on the taxpayer's dime, of course. Steam Whistle has challenged the government. An injunction has been granted, and a decision will be made in July. There are also plans by the Ontario craft brewers to file a class action lawsuit. And as Truscott mentioned, this needless tax could result in a needless trade war. Now, I've done a lot of legwork on this tax, and there's simply no agreement on it, even when it comes to the law. And I've now been informed that on top of legal proceedings from Steam Whistle and the Ontario craft brewers, Benjamin Grant, a lawyer with expertise in trade law, will be lobbying for the beer import businesses federally. And at this point, I think we can just add this beer tax onto the long list of failed Alberta NDP policies. For the Rebel.media, I'm Holly Nicholas.
Thanks for watching. Click here to never miss a Rebel update. Want even more of the Rebel? Well, click here to become a premium member.